I'm trying to figure out oh, sorry, let me move this stupid pillow. I get this knot, and this little pillow helps with my back. Anyway, so how shall I start? At the beginning usually works pretty good, right? So, real estate agent came. You're not going to believe after everything what. Oh, man. Remember how I said if I made my bed, I'll lie in it, and that's exactly what I'm going to have to do. So this nice real estate agent came, older gentleman. Quickly, I could tell he was intelligent, knew what he was doing, knew what he was talking about. You could just tell an older person, when they're sharp and they know what they know, it doesn't take long for you to figure that out, right? So as we're going back and forth, and I'm showing them the shop, and I'm showing them the barn and the construction, and then I showed them the apple trees, and I showed them, pointed at the acreage and the game trails and the radiant heat in this house and the blah, 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 blah. And so without any further ado, I will cut to the chase. He had done his homework. He looked up what this house or what this property had sold for. He looked up what the square footage was of the buildings, the whole spiel. So he did his homework before he got here. And he asked me, he goes, so did you have, a dollar figure? And I said, yeah. I said, well, basically, I have a bottom line. If the equity's not in this property, then I can't move back to California. And I said, the only reason I'm moving back to California is because I wasn't accepted up here. And I got into it a little bit, but I didn't get into all of the neighborhood nonsense. I just got a little bit into about the veterinarian and this and that, and trying to do this charity, and just wasn't accepted by most folk up here because most folk don't care for people from Cali. And he said, I'm sorry. He goes, yeah, he copped. He knew I was speaking truth, right? Real recognizes real. And he says, I'm a people person. He goes, that's why I do this job. I've been doing this job for over 30 years. He goes, I know what I'm doing, and I know what I'm talking about. And I told him, I said, look, man, if this place ain't worth a minimum of 550 grand, which gives me 300 grand to put to work in California, I go, I really, there's no point in me selling it. And I go, I know what I paid. I paid $330 for it. And I just had some people telling me that they were thinking this joint could be in the sixes, which I thought was, astronomical, given I only paid in the threes for it. And when I said in the sixes, I almost could hear the air leave his body like that, right? So the long and the short, he goes, I don't even think you could get 4 for it. He goes, if I was to price it in the market the way things are today, he goes, I would price it in the threes. I was like, holy shit, okay, so it's worth what I paid for it, right? It didn't make me any money, and if it did, very little. And that's why that other dude ghosted. So now I have a clearly defined set of problems, solutions, and a plan. I have to find a veterinarian that I can trust up here. I have to find a doctor for myself, a dentist for myself that I can trust. I got to put up a fence. And when it comes to the fence, the only decision I have to make is, do I buy a sawmill and mill a bunch of fucking planks and build the fencing material and build the fence myself, or do I just pay a crew of motherfuckers to go blow through this joint? If I had the horsepower, I'd buy the sawmill if I had help, but I don't. So in order for me to get things rolling, I'm going to have to pay somebody to build a fence, something I could do myself, which is kind of a drag, but it would take me way too long. And the seasons are short up here. So I'll have to hire somebody that I trust to build me a fence, right? I have to find a general contractor that I trust. And the tough part is I've ruffled a lot of feathers. I've made a couple of friends. You know, I'm hoping maybe my surveyor guy, or maybe even this real estate agent I just talked to, because, you know, as I was explaining to him after, you know, he gave me the price, I was like, thanks. And then I opened up about the neighborhood and my neighbors and what took place. And he goes, yeah, man, I understand. He goes, that just ain't right. He goes, why they bought that trailer? He goes, I'd want to know too. And he said, man, he goes, I'm sorry things worked out this way for you. He goes, I wish you were my neighbor. And that was one of the best compliments I've had since I've been up here. For him to say that to me, right? Because he said he was a people person. He didn't give a shit that I was from California. And just like my surveyor guy, he was sympathetic, saying, oh, I wish you wouldn't go. Just like my propane guy, oh, I wish you wouldn't go. Well, guess what? I'm not going now. So this is home now. And I'm not going to fuck around anymore. I'm not going to think about it anymore. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm not going back to Cali. You know, if the money is what it is now, it's not going to change by spring, right? And if it does, not by enough to make any difference. So I'm not going anywhere. And whether Misfit Island ever takes off from here and anybody ever comes and stays here or not, I can't say. I know I got a plan. I'm sticking to my plan. I'm going to put up the fence. I'm going to have my courtyard for my girls to run around. And I'm going to get more dogs, right? Because I can handle more than two. You know, I will put up the weights here in this house like I wanted to. I stopped that whole plan because if I'm moving, last thing I'm doing is dragging weights upstairs just to drag them back out of the house again and just leave them in the fucking garage. Well, now that I'm not leaving, all those weights are going up in that loft. That loft is going to be my workout area. And my stationary bicycle will be down here in the living room. I don't know where the fuck I'll put my bed. I ain't decided yet, but that's irrelevant. I live like a fucking gypsy. I sleep in the fucking living room because I can. So anyway, I'm tripping, right? Now I have a clear set of circumstances to overcome. Like I said, I need to obtain certain people that I can trust somehow, professionals that I can trust to not fuck me off like the veterinarian fucked off my dogs. I can't have that no more. Right? Like my real estate agents that helped me buy this property, the shit that they kept from me, right? I still have a lot of beef about a lot of bullshit, how I got fucked off. I don't forget that shit, and I never will. I don't trust these people, but now I have to live with it, right? The Lord put me on this fucking piece of property, right? He brought this to me. I didn't seek this out. I was looking for Kentucky and Tennessee. That's where I was looking. Wisconsin came to me. I didn't come to it. But when I saw this property, I fell in love with it. I saw what it had to offer. And I still see that. That's why I'm sitting here. And that's why I'm going to stay sitting here. The fact that there ain't no money in it, so there ain't no going home. Right? No clicking your heels together, Johnny. Wisconsin's it for you, dude. You made your bed, now you have to lie in it. And I will. With my dogs. And our fleas. No, we got no fleas. My girls got no fleas. They've never had no fleas. because my girls don't roll around in the dirt in the fucking yard. They're little princesses. They're house dogs. So anyway, there you go, misfits. Home sweet home. You know, one of my biggest regrets is running my big mouth about my location. And I've already had one stalker out front, and now that I'm staying, everybody knows I'm on blast. So fuck, man. The spider senses, the cameras, the fences, and all that shit. It's, you know, it'll be how I will live, man. My PTSD will be a part of Misfit Island. Fuck you, right? I wish I wasn't on this street. I wish I didn't have this fucking issue with these fucking people in the hood, but I do. And this is home. And so fucking be it, man. I ain't scared. I'm just driven to get this done and over with and build this. You know, it's unfortunate that, like I said, I wasn't well received in this little fucking town. I really wanted to be. But I'm done fucking around. The universe will bring whatever it brings for a misfit, for a critter, for a neighbor, for a fucking whatever, right? I got a lot to do tomorrow. I got a lot of phone calls to make, bills to pay, things to put into motion for staying now. Now that I know I'm not leaving, there ain't no time to waste. So I don't know how often I'll try to make a video every day. I will, but I'm in a mood. I'm just not talking about it or going to express it I'm gonna keep some shit to myself, but there's a part of me that's very broken right now. I had a set of plans, had already put into motion for Cali in my dome, and now all that shit is gone. Toss it to the curb, right? Kick it to the curb, Johnny, because now Wisconsin is your fucking home, dog. This is it for you. The snow, these conservative people, your neighbors, all of this shit is all you now, dude. It's all on you. Like you said, the good, the bad, the ugly, it's all on you, dude. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna handle it. All of it. First things first, right? Yep. So there you go, misfits. Like I said, I don't know where my head's gonna be at here in the near future, because like I said, I don't really feel too good right now. I'm very powder keg, you know what I mean? But I'm just strategizing. I need to get a lawyer. I need to get the nonprofit, all that bullshit. I need to get my driver's license for up here. I was putting that off, and now it's like, fucking, you got to get that. I got to get my registration done on the truck, and a whole bunch of fucking shit I've been putting off because I thought I was going. And now that I know I'm staying for sure, I got a lot to do. So anyway, thank you for all your love and support. I really appreciate you guys very much. You know this, all the misfits out there that are cheering me on or whatever. And like I said, if you're so inclined to think you got what it takes to be a misfit and you want to get at some of this craziness with me, holler at your boy, but you better be ready to put in work. And you better be ready to bare your motherfucking soul so I know who the fuck I'm sharing my house with, right? Because what I'm trying to do is leave a legacy and hand it over to somebody that I love and trust, right? That's not an easy... Those aren't easy shoes to fill for me. Given my childhood, I don't trust people. Not even family, man. It's harsh, but it's true, right? But when people, you know, actions speak louder than words, and DNA's got nothing to do with nothing but fucking Luck of the draw, homie. I didn't get to pick what family I grew up in any more than you did, right? There were certain obstacles in my path before I was conceived, you feel me? So, whatever obstacles I got in the hood with this fucking trailer and this fucking street sign, I don't care, right? It's back to this now. Just like I told this agent, had these people knocked on the door with a handshake and said, hey, boop, boop, welcome to the hood. Would you mind? My kid was thinking about whatever, potato field and all that other bullshit. It would have been a whole nother thing. So now it's put up a wall, put up a fence. Fuck you, build my island up here in the fucking frozen tundra, motherfucker. Misfit Island is in the North Woods, dude. Jon Snow. No bullshit, right? You think about that motherfucking show with that dude going in the fucking snow and the ice and bullshit, right? I ain't fighting no dragons, but I'm fighting nonetheless. All right, I got strategizing to do. I got a lot of shit to figure out how I'm gonna get these fields raked and these fences built. That's my number one priority. Tired of looking at these fucked up fields. And I sure as fuck want my privacy. So I gotta get after some stuff. Anyway, there you go, Misfit. Say a prayer. I don't know, man. The kid is, here we go. It's on like Donkey Kong. All right, I'm gonna get off the gadget. My mind is moving too fast. Too many things to do. All right. Much love and respect as always. Please, pretty please, like, subscribe, and share. I'm gonna need all the help I can get with this fucking nonsense of mine. Yes, I will. So on that note, love the ones that love you back. Do your best with the rest. Do not let the kids hear the bad language. And I'll see you when I see you. Peace.